right, everybody. Welcome to BO Boys for Sunday, January 4th. Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live in studio. I'm Clayton.
Yeah, I'm Pat. It's 2026, Clayton. The BO Boys are back. We are done celebrating. That is it. No more pies, no more Christmas hams, no more New Year's bologna sandwiches. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
The holidays are over, and we are back in studio, back in business at BOHQ. How's it feel? Are you looking forward to this year? Do you think this is going to be a big year? I know for me, it's going to be a big year. I'm excited about it, bigger than ever. Do you think for you, 2026 will be the year?
Are you talking box office?
I'm just saying, let's
Why are we
start
talking about personal things?
Is
We
this
never
gonna be a
do
big
that
year? But is this the year for it?
No.
Is this the year where this becomes just a show about, hey, what happened? What would you do last night? How many mics did you hit?
Oh, my
last night?
gosh. You know you got to do 5. You got to do at least 5.
You got to do 5. Listen, we'll touch on a little bit because boots on the ground. We did see is this thing on, and now we know how the New York stand-up scene works.
Mm-hmm.
We get it now.
Yes.
The main takeaway: got to do 5 mics,
You got to.
and that is our promise to you because we are YouTubers. Hey guys, 5 mics a night.
Mm-hmm.
5 mics a night. So, shall we start this year? We'll talk about the mics later, who we saw at the shows, what's going on, downtown below 14th Street. We'll talk about that later, but can we start off with our first plow of the year, a plow for the box office weekend of January 2nd, 2026.
Number 1, Avatar, Fire and Ash made $40 million, down 37%. It added 35 theaters. It's at $305.9 million in its third weekend of release. Number 2, Zootopia 2 made $19 million, down 4%. It lost 85 theaters. It's at $363.6 million in its sixth weekend of release. Number 3, moving up a notch, The Housemaid made $14.8 million, a drop of only 3%. It added 28 theaters. It's at $75.7 million in its third weekend of release. Number 4, Marty Supreme made $12.5 million, down 29%. It added 219 theaters. It's at $56 million in its third weekend of release. Number 5, Anaconda made $10 million, down 31%. No theater change. It's at $45.8 million in its second weekend of release. Number 6, the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants made $8.2 million, down 26%. It lost 353 theaters. It's at $57.6 million in its third weekend of release. Number 7, lucky number 11, David from Angel Studios made $8 million, down 36%. It lost 218 theaters. It's at $70 million in its third weekend of release. Number 8, Song Sung Blue made $5.8 million, down only 18%. It added 127 theaters. It's at $24.9 million in its second weekend. Number 9, Wicked for Good. $3.2 million, down 39%. It lost 123 theaters. It's at $339.8 million in its seventh weekend of release. Number 10, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 made $2.7 million, down 39%. It lost 294 theaters. It's at $125.2 million in its fifth weekend of release. That is your top 10.
Wow. Okay, so...
And do we want to do 11? Because We Bury the Dead by Vertical Entertainment made $2.5 million in only 1,172 theaters in its first weekend.
So we get all the way to 11.
This
to
goes
still
to 11.
have all the way to 11. Yeah. All the way to 11 for We Bury the Dead. Vertical Entertainment getting some Christmas cookies, I would say there. Some crumbs.
Cookie crumbs.
Some cookie crumbs. Yeah, Santa, he was eating messily, and he left some crumbs on the floor, and Vertical Entertainment scooped it up with their Daisy Ridley zombie movie, We Bury the Dead.
Yeah.
That really goes to show
I mean, her career is dead.
her career is dead, and Vertical Entertainment buried it this weekend, but they buried it in a it was a nice ceremony. It was a ceremony.
No, I mean, I don't think. Listen, I'm not.
$5 million.
No,
for Daisy
the fact
Ridley.
that this movie made $2.5 million means people are going to see anything.
Yes, they want to go to the movies now. Going to the movies is hot right now.
Can you believe? Can you understand the mind of these sickos who had all these other options, right? And the Stranger Things finale.
We'll
right?
get to that.
Right.
We'll get to that. Doesn't
also
register on here.
Yeah, but made a lot of money and everything. I mean, they made a lot. The theaters made a lot of money in concessions because of it. We'll get into that. But with this being the biggest weekend, post-holiday weekend since pre-COVID, there was people who I hope saw every other movie above it and then were like, I saw all the movies over the holiday. Daisy Ridley, she's still doing stuff. I'll see this.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen any of these other movies and you saw We Bury the Dead, I mean, that's great because that means there's something for everybody. But who are you? Please email us if you went and saw this movie.
I would, yes. Email us theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if you saw We Bury the Dead.
I almost wish we could give a burner email address for these people.
So they don't clog up the
just so they sort of just don't. I just don't want to be associated with the people who went to see this movie.
I mean, I think though they're good people who love movies and will see people who will see anything.
I know. Well, they're great. They're great. But this one specifically is a zombie movie.
It's a
with
zombie
Daisy
movie
Ridley?
with Daisy Ridley.
So this should have came out in like 2020.
Yes, this should have been her follow-up to Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's just people are loving going to the movies this last month, and so they'll see anything, even a Vertical Entertainment zombie movie. What is more, okay, the reason that you don't want these people who saw We Bury the Dead to have our real email address, is it more that it's a Vertical Entertainment zombie movie that came out right after Christmas, or it's that it's a movie starring Daisy Ridley? What gives you more pause?
Daisy Ridley.
The people who would go see a Daisy Ridley star.
Because that means that they're like
2026.
still fans of those Star Wars movies, the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Oh, okay.
That like I feel everybody has totally forgotten and does not like.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're still sort of holding on to that. Like, they're like, oh, this is a cool character.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay, so that bothers you. Now, we can go all the way down to 12, 13, 14. Number 15, because it is a movie we saw. Number 15 this weekend, making $250,000 in 33 theaters, was Is This Thing On? The new Bradley Cooper directed film, Searchlight Pictures, I mean, this is Fox, this is Disney, starring Will Arnett. Written by and starring Will Arnett. We're going to get into all these big Christmas corridor movies, but let's start off because Boots on the Ground, we saw Is This Thing On this weekend. Large group. A lot of people. We won't name all of them. Because
we brought a large group.
We brought a large
8.
group.
There was 8 people in our group.
Yes, we filled a row of an entire movie.
Which is the way to do it.
Yes. It was almost a rental screening at that point. When we had a full row of a theater, it's as if we had rented out the whole theater and decided to play Is This Thing On.
Mm-hmm.
But they were showing it already. We just happened to be there.
But there are other people in there.
There were other people. I mean, listen, it was we were the main people. If a fight broke out in that theater and we banded together, we would have won based on how many people we had in our gang.
Yeah.
We would have won a full theater brawl because we had the numbers.
Yeah, we would have been more of a cohesive unit.
Yes.
Even if people who are strangers were on the same side, we knew each other so well that we would be able to nod at each other. And we would know.
Synchronize moves.
Yeah, synchronize.
I mean, obviously there would have been, if things went a certain way, I'd probably give you up and maybe that would have skewed the result, but I would have been fine. I would have got out of there. But we had the numbers in that screening. We saw a Will Arnett scripted and starrer in theaters. I'll just throw to you, Oscar buzz. Is he getting the nom nom nom?
No.
For neither category, writing or acting.
Nothing.
You think he's not getting it?
Nothing.
Okay, interesting. Now, there's a movie about stand-up. Do you think this reignites the new golden age of stand-up comedy? People come out of Is This Thing On and say, I want to learn more about this art form. I want to see it. I want to do it. This is the hot new thing is stand-up
because
comedy.
I think truly this movie will not be seen by enough people.
Okay.
It's just not getting it's not I think the money this is making, the way it's platforming, the wide release for this is going to do absolutely zero. This is a movie that's going to completely disappear.
Okay. You don't think there's enough BoJack fans that once this thing goes into wide release, they're going to be filling this up?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll be, if I'm going to be honest with you, since we're not critics,
Huh?
there's really no reason to be talking about this movie.
Okay.
Because it has not made significant money at the box office, and it won't.
Okay. So you don't think this is the start of a phenomenon? It starts in 15th place. Couple of weeks from now,
No.
Is This Thing On?
No.
Movie about stand-up is top 5. And I'm
No.
not talking top 5. Chris Rock directed top 5 about stand-up.
Yeah.
I'm talking, Is This Thing On in the top 5 of the box office in
No.
a few weeks?
No way.
You don't see it?
No.
Okay. So then I guess we'll move on. Nothing else out of the screening of This Thing On that
No.
you want to... Bradley Cooper is balls. He does play balls in this movie.
Yeah. He's great as balls.
He's great as balls.
That,
Should that be Bradley Cooper's 4th film, is the Balls movie, where he directs and plays balls once again as the lead?
well, sort of how everybody, I guess, loved Judd Apatow and his wife so much in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. No, I'm sorry, in Knocked Up, that he spun them off into their own movie.
Oh, Paul Rudd and
Yeah,
Leslie
yeah,
Mann.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
it's based on him.
It's based on him, yes.
Everything
is. King of Staten Island was sort of based on Judd Apatow.
Then I guess, yeah. If you feel like you are in touch with your audience that you feel like that's what they got from that movie, then I would say, yeah, a ball spinoff.
Okay. And does Will Arnett's stand-up comedy divorced guy character come back in that as like a secondary
I think he
role?
dies off screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But we hear about it, and you would want graphic detail of how that death went.
Well, he annihilated his family.
Okay.
It was a family annihilation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I think that there's more there. There's more story to tell from Is This Thing On, and we want the Balls movie. So let's just start at the top in this top 10. Avatar: Fire and Ash made $40 million, only a 37% drop. It's at 305 domestic. It is, because I was looking at the comp to third weekend of the second movie of
Way of Water.
Way of Water. And third weekend, that movie made $67 million, and it was at $425 million domestic at the same point. Third weekend. I don't know if it's exactly the same amount of days, but similar time frame. It was 125 million or 120 million ahead of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of what we've been saying. It's not going to make as much as the second movie. There will be a drop
where do
off.
you see? Because in the
I'm looking
deadline,
at the numbers.
but in the Deadline article,
Okay.
I.
Well, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
No, I have this correct. Weekend, okay. Way of Water. Weekend 1, it made $134 million. Weekend 2, $63 million. Weekend 3, $67 million. So at the end of the third weekend, it had made $425 million. We are now in the third weekend of Avatar: Fire and Ash, and it has made $305 million. So that is what. Those are the weekends.
Yeah, I got to look. There's something about I'm screwing this up because I know that this movie was doing. is doing better than Way of Water, but Way of Water opened larger. It's like it's either the drops or
I
how
think
much
it's
it's
the
making.
drops. It's the drops. It's not the
Because
actual amount of
because
money.
it's
the drops.
starting from a lower point,
Yeah.
but it's having better legs.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's going to end up doing. I mean, it's already doing spectacularly.
Yeah, it's
especially
going to do
overseas.
great. It's not
but
going to do
it
what
just
the second one did.
but it could.
It really can't. It can't. It's the drops are smaller, but the drops for the second one were also really good, and it started at a much higher place. And also the drop for the third weekend of A Way of Water had a plus 6% in its third weekend. It made more in its third weekend than it did in its second weekend. So
I wish I could find these statistics.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the historical weekend by weekend totals, and 3 is not going to do as well as 2. It just isn't. There will be a drop off. It is what it is.
Okay.
But it's doing well. It's doing well, but there will be a drop off from Way of Water.
I'll find this at some point, and we'll talk about it next time because it is doing great.
It is doing great, but
Yes.
it's not doing as well as the second movie.
Okay.
There's no way in which the math could add up where this movie will do better or as good as the second movie. It just is not. Things are and things are not, and this is not doing as well as the second movie.
Okay.
Do you disagree? Do you feel like
I don't
it is?
disagree. I just want to move on because there is a statistic that I cannot find and it's annoying me. So let's move on.
Okay. Do you don't want to try and guess it with this? Where do you think you saw this
Mendelssohn.
statistic? Okay.
The box office daddy.
You're blaming this on
I'm
him.
not blaming Mendelssohn. Let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Here's the thing. We could call him right now. Do we add a call-in element? Do we add a shock call element to our show in 2020?
Sunday, let's see. He might be busy. I mean, I don't know if we want to.
He's got mother
call
and baby. He's got family
You could
obligations.
text him. Do you have texting capabilities?
I have all of these capabilities. I could
text him.
email, I could text, but I think, and listen, we are YouTubers. Hey guys, I think the YouTube audience would love for us to just get Mendelssohn on the horn live on the show.
I think you text him first and see if he'll answer. Be like, hey, do you want to jump on for a sec? I'd say text first. You don't call him. He's going to think we're dead. He's going to think somebody went through your phone because there was a horrible accident and was like calling all the loved ones.
And then he races to the phone, picks it up, and maybe he's in the shower and he's got a shower cap on and he's got to like grab the whole shower curtain to cover up.
So you want to scare him. You want to scare this man.
I don't want to, but I do think this audience.
It's worthy.
This audience wants that because it's.
Listen, this is somebody who thought
we've got to up the theatricality of this show.
This is somebody who thought it was okay to text Kirk Minahan at 1:30 a.m. in the morning.
I think
you thought.
I think that all worked out great.
Okay.
You guys managed to get over a half hour.
Well, and he hasn't been on the show since. So, how well did that work out?
We're building to the biggest return of all time. So I won't.
Maybe next time you go to Japan, he'll want to come back on. That's all I'm saying.
I won't call up Mendelssohn now.
Text him. You can't do a half measure?
It loses I can't do a half. There's no half measures in 2026. This is the show. And the show is you can't remember a statistic that supposedly Scott Mendelssohn threw out there, though I cannot believe what the statistic would be.
No,
and if we want to know, we call the man and we scare him so he falls out of a shower holding a shower curtain.
I want to get off this.
Okay.
Because I don't have the information to back it up. But from what I'm reading, you seem to be just like really super lukewarm on this Avatar.
No.
And it is doing exceptional.
It's doing really
right?
well. It's going to make $1.5 billion worldwide. They got to make the fourth one, the fifth one. This is a huge hit. It just will be a drop off from the second one, which you were trying to deny with statistics that you saw in a dream or, read in a Scott Mendelssohn article that until we get him out of the shower to talk about this on the phone, I can't say exists.
So you will not text him?
it's either we call him or we show up at his house. I think those are with a camera crew.
Well, we're not going to do that because we don't live in the same city as him.
I mean, listen, I think it's time we get multiple crews in different cities if we want this YouTube channel to explode the way it needs to. So let's move on from Avatar, Fire and Ash. Zootopia 2 doing great.
My goodness, this thing, wow.
Minus 4%.
People love it. It's staying firm at number 2. And, there's been 2 other children's movies, for the rats, the SpongeBob movie and David, which both have been doing well in their own right.
Yeah.
I mean, David is a big, big hit for Angel Studio.
Yeah.
SpongeBob sort of hanging in there. And yet the rats are just running to Zootopia 2 still.
Yeah.
This is a movie that has been out for 6 weeks already.
Yeah.
And there's still kids going to see it multiple times. I mean, this also could be, I do think you need to chalk this up to the perverts. I do think there's a lot of perverts who've seen this multiple times.
And you want to give them credit.
Yeah, they deserve credit.
Okay.
Because, I mean, they're paying for their tickets. It's not like they're sneaking in there.
Yeah.
Because it's showing from the money.
Right.
That these perverts, part of it is paying for it. That's part of the thing.
So, okay, in what way, why do you think that the pervert audience has been activated for Zootopia 2?
Because they're alone around the holidays. They've got their perversions have drove a wedge between them and anybody who would love them. And so where they go for solace is Zootopia 2.
Okay, is it the talking animal thing? Is that
it's the whole thing?
It's the whole thing. Okay.
It's the police state. It's the police state plus furry animals.
Right, right.
That's what they want.
Okay. Would this movie be even bigger? And would the perverts have come out even more if, and now it's clear this is what should have happened, Hamnet, instead of being a movie, was a talking piggy in Zootopia 2? Would the box office be even bigger with Hamnet in it? Or do you think the perverts wouldn't have cared?
I don't think they would care. I think the thing is, my thing is Hamnet itself should have been a movie about an animated pig dressed like Shakespeare. And then that movie would have done well.
Okay.
Like if it's its own movie, that movie would have done way better.
I think it should have started in a Zootopia 2 and then spun off, if anything.
Okay.
Hamnet needed to be in Zootopia 2. That is the only way that Hamnet could have been successful, is talking piggy in Zootopia 2. And maybe there's a spin-off movie or more likely a Disney Plus animated series.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I don't think there's any world in which Hamnet starts off with his own movie. Hamnet needed to be spun off from something.
I think, frankly, that a animated Shakespearean pig cartoon, just in general, maybe wouldn't be as big if it wasn't part of the Zootopia universe, but would have done better than this Hamnet movie did.
Yes, yes. I mean,
we can agree on that.
We could definitely agree on that. There's no version of Hamnet that is worse than the version that currently exists.
And people are, it's still hanging around, but people have thoroughly rejected that movie.
Yes, 100%.
Because if it wasn't going to do well over this season in the Christmas corridor, then it's just not going to do well.
Well, I guess it did have only a 2% drop in 13th place. Yeah, 13th place. Made $710,000, but
it's not even in the millions.
It's not even in the millions. It's getting beat by the Daisy Ridley zombie movie from Vertical Entertainment. So no, Hamnet should have been animated piggy in some form. So yes, Zootopia 2 it's at $360 million after 6 weeks, and the first movie after 6 weeks was at $296 million. So there's a situation where this sequel is way outpacing the first one. It's not an Austin Powers Spy Who Shagged Me, where the second movie made what the first movie made its opening weekend. That would have been impossible.
No, because Zootopia still was big. The first
it made like $1 billion, but the sequel is bigger than the original. Yeah. The sequel's a phenomenon. So if, like Clayton, you want to give credit to the perverts, you and Clayton could give credit to the perverts. I would say, families and kids are liking this movie a lot. But, everyone's free to give credit to whatever group they want to give credit to. So that is Zootopia 2. And
Here's a
let's
movie that I feel like is worth talking about, boots on the ground, because you saw this with your wife.
last night.
The Housemaid,
Yes.
which had a 3% drop,
Wow. And you know what?
is at 75.
Wow.
So this thing's going to make over 100.
Over 100 for sure. And now having seen it with my wife, parentheses Borat, I totally understand why that drop was so small and why this is going to be hit. We're not critics, huh? But we are box office analysts, and we do have to be on site and get the real information, the real feeling from seeing the movie. And I get it. Good movie, fun movie, crowd-pleasing movie.
Twists and turns?
Both. And swerves and
Curves?
oopsie daisies, all of them. It's all in there. Amanda Seyfried, so fun in this movie. She's great. And Sydney Sweeney is the co-lead actress in a movie that is a hit.
Yep, there we go.
And I will.
She's doing what you wanted her to do, which is to do movies that her fan base would want to see.
Exactly.
And she did it.
And we're not a critic. I'm not a critic, huh? So I'm not going to say she stinks in this movie or she's a bad actress. Any of those things which are true, I will not say that because it's beside the point. Doesn't matter that she can't emote. She kind of stinks. It doesn't matter. She is the co-lead actress in a successful movie. And that is all that matters.
She has been in 2 movies now that have been the sort of movies that are said to not be able to succeed at the box office. Anyone But You, which was a rom-com.
Yep.
And now this one, which is a female skewing sort of. Would you say it is like a dramedy? Are there comedic elements, or is it more fully dramatic?
No, it's a dramatic thriller.
Okay, dramatic.
It's a dramatic thriller. Listen, it's a crowd-pleasing movie, so there are definitely things that'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
But this is a dramatic.
Is it like
thriller.
A Simple Favor?
No, it is less comedic than A Simple Favor.
Okay, cool. So
I will say
the commercial makes it seem like it's more along the lines of Simple Favor, though.
It is not as silly as A Simple Favor.
Okay.
So I won't. Yeah, it is. Which is a reason why it's a much bigger hit.
Yeah.
It's more engrossing than A Simple Favor.
That's great.
And, I told you this at the water cooler because we were at the water cooler at BOHQ. My wife and I, as soon as the movie was over, we talked about the nightmare scenario of what this could have been. Because The Housemaid, big hit book, airport thriller. Supermarket book, gas station book. It's on the spinner racks. You've got your Rick James guide, and you got your John Grisham book, and you got your Housemaid. Huge hit book. Easily could have been an 8-episode Streamo series that would have came and went, would have been snooze fest at best. And that didn't happen. It became a hit theatrical movie.
Yeah.
It became, and we need more of these. We need more of these airport thrillers and these these type of concepts becoming theatrical movies instead of being either Streamo movies or, God forbid, Streamo 8-part series.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing the Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
Her books are becoming movies.
Yeah.
They're not becoming TV shows. Right?
Yeah.
And for the varying success of them, I mean, Regretting You had a slow start, sort of built some momentum.
I mean, Butts on the Couch.
Yep.
We did watch this. Neither of us got a chance to see it in the theater, but we did, Butts on the Couch, watch this at my in-laws over the holidays.
Yeah.
Regretting You. And we liked it.
Yeah.
Good movie, which did end up having a good theatrical run, got over 45 million, I think. It had great holds in those second and third weekends. And thank God that was a movie, even though we didn't see in the theater.
Yeah.
Thank God it was in the theater instead of just being a Streamo series.
But Pat, why did we watch it? we chose it because it had been in the theaters.
Exactly.
It's one that we had missed.
We never would have watched it on streaming had it not already been a theatrical movie that we spent weeks talking about.
If it was a Peacock original, we would have skipped it.
Never would have considered it. Never would have considered it.
So, yeah. So, I mean, I think this is a huge win.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, again, Hollywood, like, open your eyes. How many crawdads sing?
Right.
How many housemaids? How many, This Ends With Us?
Yeah.
Do you have to see before you start putting these movies in the pipeline?
Yeah.
Make stars out of some of these women. Give Zoe Deutsch one of these movies. What the fuck are you doing? Why is she languishing?
I know.
In Gravitas Ventures movies. I mean, listen. Linklaters gave her a great part in a Netflix only movie, but it's a Netflix only movie, so it's like,
and we did have, and he'll be on again because he was a great guest.
Yeah,
Chad Hartigan directed The Threesome, starring Zoe Deutsch. Glad she did that.
Yes,
good indie movie. Hope there's a sequel. Let's make a foursome, make a fivesome. I hope Chad Hartigan makes a whole series in the threesome of
make it like a horror, a human centipede situation.
Yes, go for it. I'll give me one of these every couple of years. But
call it multiple ass eaters, and then just don't show that, because that's what the threesome was like. It's called the threesome. You don't see any nudity. There's no sex in it. Just call it multiple ass eaters, and then have no ass eating.
Yeah, listen, take that. He could take that suggestion. See if he wants to do that. But Zoe Deutsch did that movie. I wish that was the small movie she does while she also makes Housemaid type movies.
Yes.
Instead, those are the only movies where we get to see Zoe Deutsch on the big screen, or limited release. That wasn't Vertical Entertainment. Who was that one? What studio put that out?
It might have been Vertical.
Or it might have been Bleecker Street. I think that might have been a Bleecker Street. We'll go back in the archives and tell us what studio put out the threesome. But
why don't you call him and ask him?
I could do that right now. I could call Chad Hartigan, director of the threesome. I could call him right now.
I'm more okay with you calling him than calling Mendelsohn.
I'll get a 4-way call going, and they've never met, and they might not even know who the other one is. Oh, they would know. They're both they know. But they've definitely never met. I could put them on the air right now without any context and just, all right, start talking.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're pros. They'll have a great conversation.
Yeah.
Mendelssohn's cutting out of the shower. Chad's on set for his next movie, and they'll be great on air. Not going to do that though.
Oh, why? You were so hell-bent on doing something like that.
On doing stunts.
Yeah, now you don't want to do it.
All right, maybe that'll be the end of the episode. Well, I'll tease that. Do we do that for the end of the episode? Get Chad Hartigan and Scott Mendelsohn on the phone together, neither of them knowing what the fuck is going on. We'll see.
Okay.
But Zoe Deutsch, you're right, needs Housemaid movies. A best-selling book with a female protagonist and a twisty thriller or romance.
Yeah.
And let her rip. Listen, again, we're not critics, huh?
Huh.
The version of The Housemaid where it's Zoe Deutsch and the Sydney Sweeney part is a better movie because of the acting ability. But is it a bigger hit? Probably not. Because Sydney Sweeney, she brings the awareness to these movies.
Absolutely, she does.
And now post Housemaid, it's at $75 million after 3 weekends. It's definitely going to get over 100. Big hit. She is getting big movies down the pike. Now, hopefully, and this is what we both praise her for, is she's not doing Streamo, and we could only hope that is what holds. That the bow holds, and she makes theatrical movies, with this cachet from this big hit. That it's not an Apple original series. It's not a, a Peacock series. It is more movies, and big movies based off of books, ideally.
God, and you see this these images for Euphoria, this third season, that they're all contractually obligated to
Oh,
be in.
It's a nightmare.
And you see the death in their eyes.
Yeah.
Zendaya has to be on this HBO show run by this maniac.
Oh,
Sydney Sweeney has to be on this show. I
Oh.
mean, we've talked about this before. And then the guy who's going to be huge after Wuthering Heights.
Lordy has
to be in this. And he's going to be huge after that movie. After Wuthering Heights, this guy is going to be huge. He's already
huge.
super tall,
Yes.
right?
He's taller than me,
Which is tall.
which is very tall, very strapping. He is more strapping than me, I'll even say.
And it just is sad to see these images coming out. They have to be on this fucking TV show
Yeah.
when they're all making moves in Hollywood. You know how hard that is to do?
Yeah. This is an Extraction situation. I'm not talking about the Streamo movies Extraction.
No.
This is where we need to extract people, is the young movie star cast of Euphoria needs to be extracted from the set of that show.
Yes.
Even if the episodes are filmed already, extract the footage of the episodes and destroy them. These movie stars, Sydney Sweeney, Jacob Elordi's not a movie star yet, but he's on his way. Wuthering Heights will be huge. Zendaya is a movie star.
Yes.
Extract them, extract the footage. Euphoria season 3 is only a stain on their journey to be movie stars.
Yes. I mean, thankfully, it'll just totally fall off the planet and be forgotten. But I do think it's taking up time. It's using their images in a way that is like sapping their soul, because
Yes.
as we all know, if you do television, it takes a piece of your soul. If you do a movie, it adds another piece. That's why you have someone like Leo has a glowing soul, and then someone like Mark Wahlberg or your Kevin Hart's have black coal where their soul used to be.
Where their movie star soul once was.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Hart got the upside to $100 million domestic.
Crazy.
The upside.
Yeah.
That was a movie star. Capital M, capital S. Movie star.
But also, here's the thing. Go back in time and try to remember what that movie even is. Like, that's how big of he was.
Yeah.
That he could drag Bryan Cranston, his TV ass,
Yeah.
to $100 million in a movie.
Yeah. And now Kevin Hart is mainly, I mean, as two people who spent a lot of the holidays watching college football games.
Well, he's an elf on the shelf.
He's an elf on a shelf. That is what Kevin Hart is. Elf on a shelf in commercials for Geico, a whiskey. I don't even know.
Capital One?
Capital One, Citibank, maybe. Nike, I don't know. But he was an elf on a shelf, and he once was a movie star. So we don't want
Melissa
that.
McCarthy, same thing.
Melissa
Poor
McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
Poor Melissa McCarthy.
That was her husband writing all those terrible movies for her.
Yeah. It's a shame, and we don't want that for Sydney Sweeney and the young cast of Euphoria, who all should be making movies. Because even though that season will come out and be forgotten, you're right. That is time Sydney Sweeney could have been filming another movie.
Mm-hmm.
That is time that, and ideally it's a movie that takes advantage of her strengths and what audiences want of her. So not an Americana, not a Christie, not an Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Something like The Housemaid, which is what people want. This is such a great sign for us getting through the superhero era.
Yeah.
And getting back to just real movies based on books, which is an original movie.
Yes.
A movie based on a book is an original movie.
Yeah.
Those being hits. Hits for adults and hits for teens who want to be adults. Let young people be aspirational to follow adult topics.
Yes.
The way it used to be, rather than adults being de-evolving into caring about superhero movies.
When we were 12, we were watching Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yes. And it made us better people.
Yes, people.
So Yeah. And, we have not said her name. We're giving all the credit to Sydney Sweeney, and I give credit to Sydney Sweeney. But big win for Amanda Seyfried in The Housemaid. It's like Amanda Seyfried is one of those movie actors who just stays around, stays in things that are hit. She had her Mamma Mia movies.
Mm-hmm.
She's got The Housemaid now where she really is impactful. And it's going to be, oh yeah, we love seeing Amanda Seyfried. She's in another hit. She'll be in big movies for the next 5 years because of this movie.
Yeah.
So huge one for her. And then number 4, Marty Supreme. It made 12.5 in the 3-day, only a 21% drop. It's at $56 million after, what is this, 10 days? Is that all it's been? Is 10 days of
3? I mean, I'm seeing 3 weeks here.
Well, but that's including the limited where it was in like 5 theaters.
Okay, so then
10 days of wide release.
Okay.
Because it made like 800,000.
It's a Christmas Day
before
movie.
That. Yeah. So we're at 10 days of wide release, 56 million. It's moved past Uncut Gems on the A24 list.
And then it's Civil War.
Civil War is at
It's
69.
And then 77 for Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is going to smash that.
Smash it, 100%. This is the real smashing machine, is this Safdie Brothers movie.
And I'm seeing a lot of talk about how this is a movie that's being inflated. They're saying it's doing better than it actually is, and they're just shoving it down our throat, and blah, blah, blah. I'm hearing all of this. And it's like, it is, we would, if that was the case,
Okay.
we would be reporting that. We're not here to inflate anything.
Oh.
We're not here to prop up someone like Timothee Chalamet and create a movie star. We talk about people who, we wish there was more movie stars. We wish certain people were movie stars. That's not the case. People are going to see a movie about ping pong.
Yeah. R-rated movie.
An R-rated ping pong movie that is set
in the 50s.
Set in the 50s.
Yeah.
And Abel Ferrer
Yes.
is like fourth build in this movie?
Oh, I would say fourth build. And that's because second build is Pamela Adlon's daughter.
Odessa.
And third build is the guy from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So therefore, fourth build is elderly director Abel Ferrer.
Yeah.
So those are the other draws for this movie, for Marty Supreme.
So for people to say this is a movie that's, and then they talk about the budget. Obviously, this is a higher budget movie. The budget's a budget, right? This probably is going to make its money back in merchandise. Well, okay, and then
can I say who one of the people? Because you're being vague, and I think it's very nice. You're saying people are saying, "Is this actually a hit?" Or there's an actor who has a podcast.
Yes.
And I know this is a popular thing now, post Smartlist for actors to get podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone knows who we're talking about.
And also a little bit butthurt that he didn't get an Emmy nomination, I'm sure.
Yes.
So there's something to that.
This actor who thought he was going to get an Emmy nomination didn't get it. He's also known for going on other shows and screaming at the hosts on their own shows.
Yep, on their own shows.
On their own show.
About things that turn out to be 100% true,
right,
and things that this person now says.
Yeah. So I think you all know who we're talking about. He's a real actor about town.
Yeah. And
this actor went on his podcast a couple of days ago when he's talking about the Marty Supreme numbers, and he's saying, at the budget, it'd have to make $170 million to be profitable at that budget. $170 million worldwide at that budget. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's at $55 million domestic.
Yeah.
And it's going to make over $100 million domestic as a R-rated ping pong movie set in the 50s where Abel Ferrer is probably the second biggest name in the movie, even if he's fourth build. And whether it breaks even or not in its theatrical run, this is a movie that A24 is going to be so in the red on, if not 2 months from now, down the road, between merch sales and the fact that because it is a hit movie,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to make money for them forever.
Yeah.
If a movie is a hit in theaters, it's going to be a bigger hit on PVOD, and we're not the Strumo Boys, but we do talk about downstream revenue, and Marty Supreme, because it's so successful now, will be making money for the studio for years.
Yes.
And so if you want to talk about the budget, and you want to be an actor who starts having a podcast about the movie business, which is nice, people should branch out.
Yeah,
into
Justin
different
Long has
interests.
one.
Justin Long, yeah, exactly. Know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is going to make $100 million domestic, so it may just break even just in theatrical, and even if it doesn't, this is a huge success for A24. And none of the budget stuff matters in terms of star power. All that matters is this movie's selling a ton of movie tickets, and it's all because the movie star who is in the lead of this movie.
Safdie's means something. The fact that this is a one Safdie brother movie, the one, it only matters to Letterboxd bros.
Yes.
And people online.
Yes.
The same way PTA mattered to those same people, and the only reason one battle after another got to where it got to was because Leo was the star.
Yes.
Okay. And again, I don't want people. Listen, we goofed on The Rock when he talked about Black Adam and talked to his financiers and talked about downstream and stuff like that. We goofed on him.
We did.
But the difference is that is not a hit movie. It's a disliked movie, and nobody is spending any money on that movie at this point in its run.
Right.
Nobody thinks about it. Nobody rents it. Nobody talks about it. It's not making any. I mean, it might be making a little bit of money because maybe it's on TNT, but otherwise, it's not a hit, so it doesn't matter.
Do you know anyone who's saying, "Oh, where can I buy a Black Adam jacket"?
No.
You don't. Okay, just checking. You don't know anyone who wants to buy a Black Adam jacket.
I don't.
Okay.
So that is the difference.
Yes.
The budget, the downstream is something we're talking about with this movie because it, like you said, is a hit, is a great movie. And it's a movie that, like Uncut Gems, people are going to be talking about and thinking about for decades, probably.
Yes. It's going to be one of those movies that is just always around, always talked about, always rewatched, always playing. And we are in day 10 of its current theatrical run. It's at $55 million. It is a movie that is guaranteed, barring an act of God, a Best Picture nom, Best Actor nom, tons of awards. This movie is going to continue to play. And we'll have spikes in the next month. If it wins Best Picture at the Golden Globes, Best Actor in a Comedy, Chalamet gets up there in an orange jacket, makes a speech, maybe plays fucking ping pong on the Golden Globe stage.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy's going to do. He might play ping pong by himself on stage.
Yeah.
And that's going to sell a ton of tickets after that.
Does Tom Hanks get up on stage and reprise? Does he do Forrest Gump?
Wow.
Is that the opening of the Oscars?
That's the opening.
Where Marty goes up and Marty's like, "Who am I playing? Who could possibly beat Marty Supreme?"
Yep.
Here he goes. Tom Hanks with the haircut.
Yep. He hasn't. Okay. He may have reprised it at a MTV Movie Awards in the late 90s, in a sketch. But I think since then, Tom Hanks has not played Forrest Gump in anything else. He never did like a Capital One ad. He never broke the character out for like a Snickers ad where it's like, you're not yourself when you're hungry and life is like a box of chocolates and it's Forrest Gump opening and there's a Snickers in there.
Yeah.
You didn't do that. Super Bowl commercial. So Tom Hanks reprising Forrest Gump to play ping pong against Marty Supreme to open the Golden Globes. Well, You got to save that for the Oscars, right? Or do you
Oh
think
no,
that-
I said Oscars.
You
Yes,
said Oscars. Okay.
And then it's really close. I mean, I'd say they should play like a whole actual match, but somebody's in the audience.
Okay.
Do you know where I'm going?
Now, well, I was thinking that then at the Golden Globes, he plays the guy from Balls of Fury, just to get that out of the way.
Who does?
Marty Supreme plays the Balls of Fury cast.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No,
a Golden Globes thing or a SAG Awards thing.
I don't think it's worth it. But I mean, listen, I don't think you blow it until the Oscars, I think. And then Haley Joel Osment stands up because he plays Forrest Gump's son.
Oh, wow.
And he says, "Go get him, Dad."
Yeah.
And then that's enough for Forrest Gump to beat Marty Supreme.
Yes.
Or you go with the real heel move because Marty is a heel.
Yeah, Marty still beats him.
And he still beats him
Yeah.
in front of his son.
Yeah. And then Haley Joel Osment pulls it out of his jacket. He's got a ping pong paddle too.
Oh, you think? And then he plays Marty
And then
Supreme?
he plays him, yeah. That's like the first 45 minutes of the Oscars.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it, of course. I'd watch it. Yeah, so this movie, $55 million for the kind of movie. This is a movie where months ago we would have said if Marty Supreme could get to 50-something million
In its
past
run.
Uncut Gems in its entire run, that's a success for what this movie is.
Yeah.
The fact that it's probably going to be a movie that'll make 80 million and could make 100 million is wild.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep talking about it. You look at next December, Dune 3, opening against Doomsday. It's going to be a rout. It's going to be a rout.
Yes, 100%. You're going to have Zendaya, who is going to be untarnished from Utopia. Euphoria,
which is not a
2.
utopia.
Utopia 3, season 3. She'll weather that storm.
Yeah.
I believe in her that she can do that. Again, like you said, barring act of God, Timothee Chalamet is going to be one of the biggest stars going.
Yep.
It's already like a beloved franchise at this point, Dune. It's
And the sandworm feels bigger than ever. I would say the sandworm after the big Oscars sketch last year where Conan had the sandworm in the band, I think the sandworm is a hotter character going into Dune 3 than he's ever been.
okay.
And, listen, we don't want to have to talk about Marvel all the time, but I do think we have to touch on, because we did watch, or at least I watched and you listened to it, the new Doomsday trailer, the Thor-centric Doomsday trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And in this trailer, Thor, without a hint of levity, a hint of irony, he is just on his knees saying how much he loves this daughter, who I guess he got in the rock and roll movie. What was that? God of Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. He got a daughter in that movie, which no one remembers.
Mhm.
There's no one who's going to emotionally care about this daughter that he got in that last Thor movie.
Yeah.
And how he's on his knees in the woods. You had to let me fight one more enemy because I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And then it's cut to black. Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Well, we always knew that.
We always knew that because he was a chair.
Yeah.
It is dire looking for this Doomsday movie.
But,
I know we're less than a year out, but
there's things
dire.
that will take. There's things that are taking over,
yes.
and that is good.
Yes.
That is good. Let's look at Anaconda. This is the sort of movie watching area we're in right now, which is positive, where there's so much
Mhm.
that a movie that is, by every account, a mediocre, not very funny waste of three very talented actors' talents.
Who's the third one? It's Rod.
Steve Zahn.
Oh, Steve Zahn, of course.
And it's at 45.
45 after, again, 10 days. This is a Christmas Day opener. Made $10 million in its second weekend. The second weekend was only a 31% drop.
This raises.
That is incredible.
This
for
is
this movie.
what you're seeing is that When people go to the movies, they go to the movies.
Yes. What's playing?
What's playing?
Are we getting back to I'm going to go there and I'm going to lick my finger, put my finger to the wind, and let the wind take my finger to a title on a marquee? Are we at that point?
no,
Because we used to do that. Well, back in the day, you'd go to the movie theater, lick your finger, put it in the wind. Where's the wind going to take my finger? Oh, Rambo 3.
I think
I'll go see
post-COVID, nobody licks their fingers anymore.
Okay.
So that won't happen. The licking of the finger is not going to happen because you don't do that post-COVID.
Well, you don't lick anyone else's finger, but you could still lick your own finger.
No, because your finger's been touching things. You don't lick your finger now post-COVID.
Okay.
You just don't.
Okay.
And if you're doing it, you're taking your life in your hands, is all I'll say.
Okay, so what if you got the
Hand
disinfectant
sanitizer?
hand sanitizer. So you get to the movie theater, you look in the marquee, hand sanitizer, squeeze, rub your hands together. Then you take a finger,
Two things.
then you lick your finger to the wind. Wind takes your finger to a title on the marquee, and you
Two
say,
things.
"You take a picture."
99.9% of germs is not 100%, right?
Okay.
Number two, you shouldn't be ingesting that stuff. Even if you're just every time you go to the movies, you're licking your finger after you put sanitizer, you're rotting your insides. You're taking the good biome and you're destroying it with the sanitizer. So you shouldn't do it. Is all I'm saying.
So
there is no post-COVID.
Yeah.
There is no safe time to lick your finger in public.
And put it to the wind.
No.
All right.
You can't put it to the wind.
So that does affect people's abilities to just show up cold to a movie theater and pick a movie, because licking your finger, putting your finger to the wind that is how people used to decide what movie to watch
I didn't change the world.
when they got there. But
It's not me. I'm just telling you.
even if licking your finger post-COVID is a no-no, it does seem like people are going to the movie theater and looking for what's playing, because that's how you end up on an Anaconda. Anaconda making $10 million in its second weekend, a 30% drop. That is people just showing up, seeing a poster, seeing Jack Black, and let's give him credit. Paul Rudd's put him on a poster, saying, "I know those guys. I like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a movie. That's enough. I'm here already."
Compared to Chalamet, who's working outside the box here with his promotion, Jack and Paul are doing a very, millennial era sort of the rounds of these videos that, millennial aged people like to watch. They're very likable in these videos. Listen, I fell for this with Been Caught Stealing. I saw those videos. I saw them doing 90s trivia. I said, this is a movie I want to see.
Yeah.
With Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler. And then I saw the movie and I was like, this is terrible. It's a terrible waste of both of these talents. And I'm not going to get burned again by seeing Anaconda. I have to realize they're just really good, off-the-cuff, funny guys doing promotion. It's not going to be indicative of what the movie is.
Okay.
But they're doing a good job with people who still will fall for it.
Now, the fact that this movie is at $45 million, that is doing better than... Listen, this is a movie that you thought was going to...
I thought it was going to open... I thought it was going to...
Cry macho. And we'll talk about that term in a bit.
Yeah.
But we thought this could open to an embarrassing like $4 million.
Well, I thought it would be 7. I know Cry Macho... I thought it was going to fly with the Angels.
Single digits in this movie.
Yes, I thought $7 million.
And it's at $45 million after 10 days.
Yeah.
Does this make you consider, maybe I need to see this in theater?
No. Fuck no.
Fuck no.
It looks terrible.
Okay.
And anybody who I trust who's seen it says it's bad.
Okay. I am curious about seeing this movie now, but that aside, this is such a big win for Jack Black. I mean, listen, this movie is not going to get to 100 million. It's not going to be some giant hit, but this is such a clear, again, example of audiences know this guy, they like this guy, they trust this guy,
And kids.
and kids want to see it. And, you talked about this being a mediocre movie, mediocre comedy with some comedy stars that we like. You think back, of course, and we think to the Wayne's Worlds and the Austin Powers and, the Something About Mary's and the hit comedy movies. But most comedy movies are a mediocre movie that has comedy stars that we like.
Airheads.
Exactly. You need those movies to fill. We need more of these. We need more of these comedy movies with comedy stars we like in theatrical big movies. We don't need more Deaths of a Unicorn.
No.
We need Paul Rudd in this type of comedy that even if it's not great, people go see it. They have a couple of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
They see stars that they like, and it does okay.
Yeah.
We need more of these.
And this is a movie that I believe, and I said this on a previous episode, that a bunch of kids probably went to see.
Yep.
And they probably got chuckles out of it because maybe they've never seen a movie like this.
Yep.
Because where are the movies like this?
Right.
And then they discover older movies, and then they want more of these in the theater. They want more of these stupid comedies because this is, I do think, a movie for a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
For us, it's not going to move the needle.
Right. Right.
But for those kids, this could be the funniest shit they've ever seen. They could
Yeah.
be like, they chopped up the snake.
Yes.
Can you believe they chopped up the snake? And
Right.
we're like, well, of course they chopped up the snake. To them, they're like, they're chopping up snakes.
They're chopping up snakes. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pissing my pants. They're chopping up snakes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think this is, and listen, Sony needed something. It's been a rough year for Sony. Karate Kid Legends, that's the signature movie of Sony, I guess, this year. So it's good that Anaconda is overperforming what we thought. Interesting year for Paul Rudd. It is a year where Paul Rudd did make a real pivot back to comedy.
Friendship,
which was a really good movie that everyone
That's a
liked
movie-
and overperformed.
that I think that movie and God, what's the other movie that with Rachel Sennett and
Bottoms.
Debra? Bottoms. Movies that didn't do great in the theater, although I think Friendship probably did a little bit better.
Oh,
because
Friendship
of its promotion.
Yeah,
it's
Friendship
A24.
got over like 25 million.
Yeah.
Friendship was a success.
Those are the sort of comedy movies that I do think are going to be the wet hot
Yes.
situation where
Yes.
they're just being passed around however you pass around a movie.
Yes. Yes.
Those are going to be like seminal comedy movie texts for like a generation.
100%. Yeah, so Paul Rudd, interesting year. He's always going to be someone that is beloved. But post Quantum Mania, I think he needed to do some work that reminded people why they liked him.
Yes.
And, Death of a Unicorn wasn't that, but you see why he tried that. But I think Friendship and now Anaconda doing well enough. I think overall it's a good year for Paul Rudd getting back to basics.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's a guy that just is, I think he survives because he's genuinely talented and for a Hollywood person seems nice.
Yes.
I don't know. Who knows? He could be a total monster.
Could be a monster. I do feel like
Maybe he's not.
maybe he's not. I think
Okay.
we would have known by now. I think. Could still be a monster, but I do think Paul Rudd probably isn't a monster. I'll go that far. Probably isn't,
Okay.
I think. But either way, good year for him. Listen, SpongeBob movie number 6, it's doing fine, 57 million. SpongeBob isn't at the height of his
Nope.
powers, but he's not in the sewer.
But also, he's one of those characters that, you wait 5-6 years and then maybe he puts it out in another movie and it's huge.
Yes.
Right? Because
yes.
you look at what happened with Kung Fu Panda 4. Like,
Right.
I think that SpongeBob is a perennial and it depends on where the culture is and where the nostalgia is. And this might just be a weird time for him.
Right. And he gets like the right pop singer of the moment who does the song for that movie. And that makes the movie a big deal.
Yeah.
There is some kind of SpongeBob saying that becomes a viral meme, and then it comes out, and
Yes.
every teenage boy is dressed as SpongeBob and going to, exactly. There will be more SpongeBob movies, and one of those could break out for a reason that our brains can't even fathom at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie definitely gives Paramount the green light to make more SpongeBob movies.
Yep.
We talked about David at 70 million,
Good
animated
job, Peter.
Angel Studios movie. It's great.
Put it out at the right time.
Yep. Song Sung Blue at number 8. Now, this is a movie we talked about that we have both seen. We both
No, I didn't see.
You did not see it. That's right. You chose not to see it.
Yeah.
You consciously chose not to go that night. But I've seen it, and I really liked it. And it seems like you have accepted that it is probably good.
I never had any problems with this movie. I wanted to see it and thought it would be good.
Yeah. So it's at 25 million domestic. Again, at 10 days in release. Good hold in the second weekend, 18%. So it's not, it's holding well. It's starting from a low place. It's a movie that probably could get to 40 million.
Yeah.
Not much higher than that. I have seen that. And again, the budget is the budget is the budget. This is a pretty low budget. I think it's like around 20. So it doesn't even have to make more than that to be successful in theaters.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like this is going to bust out in a big way.
It's an older audience and that has maintained itself. And you would hope that this would maybe trickle down to a younger audience that would hear about it. Now, again, there's going to be a lack of product coming up here.
Yeah.
Post-Primate.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lack of product for a while. And so who knows?
Who knows?
Do the young people all of a sudden want to go to the theater so much that they're thinking Wolverine and Penny Lane from that movie that I watched, that is a 20-year-old movie. Will they go see it? That's a question. I don't think they will.
It's a movie that, and it gained screens this weekend.
Yeah.
It gained 127 screens. It's Song Sung Blue is one of those movies where if it can maintain screens, it does seem like people will go.
Yes.
The problem is going to be, does Primate eat into Song Sung Blue screens? Does Greenland 2 eat into its screens?
Yes.
Even these smaller movies coming out in January, they're going to have to play somewhere.
Because you're going to keep Zootopia.
Is not going anywhere. Housemaid's not going anywhere.
You're going to keep Housemaid. You're going to keep Marty.
Marty's not losing any.
You're going to keep Avatar, of course.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, who's moving out?
SpongeBob will move out. David, I think, moves
out
out in a big way after this weekend because now we're not in the holidays anymore. Wicked probably starts to move out.
Yes.
So there will be screens, but yes, Song Sung is one of those movies that Focus has to fight to maintain screens for this movie, and I do think people will come in January if it's there.
Yeah.
So I think that's all we need to go over for this weekend, except for a movie that's not in the top 10.
And it's not a movie.
And it's not a movie, but it is a thing that brought movie theaters a lot of moolah this weekend. So Netflix put Stranger Things into movie theaters, including AMC's, for 2 days, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So was it last Wednesday and Thursday? And apparently it made, so now they couldn't sell tickets for it. So
because Netflix didn't want to have to pay the creatives.
Yes, they didn't want to. It wasn't in their contracts originally, and they don't want to get into a whole thing with Millie Bobby Brown or any of these. Although I feel like a lot of the rest of this cast, they would have taken.
She's Millie Bobby Bon Jovi.
Millie Bobby Bon Jovi. Okay, wow. So they did not want to go to her lawyer.
No.
So Netflix didn't want to rework contracts to pay theatrical residuals to the cast. So the deal was, if you want to reserve a seat to see this in theaters, you spend $20 and you get a food voucher, concession voucher at the theater.
Yes.
And that is, so Netflix didn't get any money for this. They just gave this to the theaters so that this would be in theaters and it would be a big marketing stunt so people could watch on Netflix. And it made 25, possibly as high as $30 million in concession vouchers.
Yes.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
So do we start 2026 by looking at the camera and say, and I'm asking you this, do we say thank you, Netflix?
No.
We do not.
No.
I mean, this
No.
was a big
They've
chunk.
got to do what? That's like a dog getting beaten every single day of its life, and then you give it a steak for New Year's, and the dog's supposed to say thank you. That's what it is.
Well,
Stop
wait,
beating up theaters.
were you beating this dog as a way of training it how to speak?
I wasn't beating the dog.
Okay.
I wasn't beating the dog.
Okay.
Netflix was.
Okay.
Ted Sarandos was beating his dog
Right.
every single day, and then all of a
You're
sudden,
saying the dog is going to speak. So
no, the dog would lick Ted's face to show.
Oh, to
I'm
say
interpreting what the animal would do through words.
got it. Okay.
And you can tell when a dog says thank you. You can tell.
I'm in New York. I'm not a dog guy.
Yeah. There's no dogs in New York. I know. That's a movie. That's a Don Bluth movie. There's no dogs in
There's
New York.
no dogs in New York.
And so, no, we won't thank our abuser until they treat us better.
But this is a good sign. The fact that Netflix and AMC work together in such a big way, that Netflix took one of its biggest things, whatever Stranger Things is it a series? Is it a whatever that is? And whatever it is, they put it in movie theaters, and they sold a lot of popcorn in Mike and Ike's those 2 days. It's a good, hopeful sign, and I've been the one on the show who's been trying to be hopeful about this, that Netflix...
Well, you're a big Obama guy. You can live on hope.
Netflix is going to find a way to work with theaters going forward. They're going to have Warner Brothers, most likely. That's probably going to happen in some form.
17-day window, they're saying, for these Warner Brothers movies if Netflix owns them.
Now, that would be for once you get past like the contracts of what's already set in stone from the movies that are Warner Brothers already made deals with the theaters.
Yeah.
But we're talking long term, 17 days, then it goes on Netflix. What I've said for this last month since this was announced is shorter windows are going to happen. They could work possibly if there is more product in the theaters. And Netflix makes a lot of stuff. Netflix makes a lot of movies. They make a lot of these shows. Theaters could have shorter theatrical windows from Netflix. I think Disney wants to keep long windows. Universal, Paramount, they have their longer windows.
Well, Universal has their window that's their short window.
Yeah, they have their short windows. If something bombs, it comes right out. And even the
Yeah.
Jurassic movies end up on Peacock in like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So shorter windows can work if there is just a lot more stuff to go see in movie theaters.
Yeah.
Because most movies make a ton of their money in the first, 2-3 weeks anyway. The problem becomes if you have times like we're going to have in January and February where there was just not a lot of big stuff coming out.
Yeah.
But if you have new stuff every weekend in movie theaters, and most of that, we want it to be movies, but if some of that is just some Netflix show and people could go pay to see it in a movie theater, then you could have shorter windows. But the theaters just need new things to show people.
Yeah, they need stuff.
They need stuff. So it's a good sign, I think, that Netflix is willing to put stuff, which Stranger Things is, into movie theaters.
Yeah.
So
the belt's not in the back of the closet yet. The belt is still hung up where the dog can see it.
Okay.
So I don't think we should be thanking anybody right now.
Okay. But
do I admit that it's a positive sign? Yes.
But you're not licking a face on camera.
No.
Okay.
Not licking a face. No.
Will you tell us, though, when you're ready to lick a face so that we know we could promote that episode of the show ahead of time? Because I do think that would be a big YouTube ratings draw. Clayton will lick a face.
How did I become the dog?
I didn't bring a dog into the studio. I don't bring dogs indoors into New York City. You were the one who did that.
I'm not specifically the dog. The theaters are the dog.
Yeah, but you brought up the dog, so you've got to do what the dog does. So the dog, you're saying the dog licks faces.
Well, that's how he says thank you.
That's your thing.
Okay.
That's your thing. I'm not the dog guy.
Well, what if you're not the dog guy? What if Jamie Lee Curtis was stuck in a dog and made on the floor?
Of course, that's a different story.
She didn't want to be a dog.
and she's making on the floor.
She's making it on the floor.
Yes,
She's
of
ashamed
course.
of it.
But I'm there for that too.
Okay.
But I'm not the dog. She's the dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So
She doesn't want to be the dog, though.
of course not.
Okay.
And she didn't want to make on the floor, but she had to.
No, she had to.
Yeah.
She couldn't control herself.
Or because she was in a dog's body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that is the Netflix situation. So good on them.
And
good.
can I just say, because I know this is something we say a lot.
Yeah.
We might have new listeners. We always get new listeners. They're just piling up.
And new YouTube viewers. Hey guys.
Yeah, but I'm not as psyched about that. But there needs to be keeping track of concessions now.
Yes.
That is something that should be in the tally for these movies. Is how much it made in ticket sales, is how much it made in concessions. Because if movie theaters are going to move forward, they're going to need to know what are the movies that sell the most popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
sell the most jujubes,
Mm-hmm.
sell the most giant Cokes or Pepsis, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be in the equation.
Yes.
Because that is a way to make your theater profitable. Who knows? Who knows? This Daisy Ridley movie could have made $2.5 million in ticket sales, but maybe a bunch of gluttonous people are seeing this movie.
People, yeah.
And so it's
we wanna
worth
know how many
having
snow
that.
caps it sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth having that movie in your theater as opposed to having a movie where people aren't eating as much.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and now more than ever, if Netflix is going to do this thing where they put stuff and shows into theaters and just sell concession vouchers, we really need to know then.
Yeah.
Are they selling goobers or are they selling Raisinets?
Yeah.
Because that and we should know that.
And also, how many of those people are just using that $20 to get their first, little taste of concessions? There's bound to be people spending more than $20 on their concessions, right? So that's the thing is like, there's people who are spending $20 on concessions and that's it. And then there's people who are like, okay, well, now I can buy double.
Yes.
Because $20 is already, I already spent $20 and it feels like it's free now. So then I'm going to get $20 more. Like, you have to see who are those people and what are they going to see?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Are they saying, wow, now with this $20, I could get nachos and a pizza?
Yeah.
Because I'm a complete maniac.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God for that person. Thank God for that person. So,
that's got to be it.
Couple of quick emails that
Oh
I
my
think we've got.
God, are you kidding me?
We've got to hit this one because this is, we got an email from Caleb. Who's emailed us several times, and this is a debate we have to have, and we have to settle it now. The subject of this email from Caleb is Cry Macho.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I like
guys,
Caleb.
you have to go back to Cry Macho. Flew to the moon and flew with the angels sound like positive things. Even though I'm well aware of what you mean when you say either of those phrases, I always do a double take thinking, wait, what? That's a bad thing, right? When I first heard you say a movie cried macho, I immediately knew it was a bad thing. Crying is bad. Flying is good. Not only that, I had completely forgotten that movie existed, so I thought it was a fun phrase you made up, even though I could sense it had negative connotations for whatever film you're referring to. So for Clayton's insistence that you honor Clint by retiring it, I think the best way to honor him is to keep his movie relevant, even as a negative euphemism. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. From Caleb. Okay, so I'll just say right now, I am of the same opinion of Caleb. I think 2026, we start this year off with a giant return. And we return Cry Macho to the lexicon when a movie, big movie, opens that poorly, opens to 4.5 million or less. We got to say it cries macho. The people, it's a perfect phrase. It just works. It just works.
So are you expecting a debate here? Are you expecting me to go off and scream at you?
Yes.
And disagree with you?
Yeah.
Is that your expectation?
Oh, I think this is the next 45 minutes of this show. It's just us yelling and screaming at each other.
What if and not Marvel's what if. This is my what if.
Mm-hmm.
What if I agree? What if I
Wow.
think that nothing you've said, but what he said
Mm-hmm.
has made such a good point, and the argument is so sound that I can't help but agree with it. Because I do think, when around the time that Fly Me to the Moon came out, that was a movie that only a certain number of people even knew about to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And now it has completely lost any sort of understanding of what it is and how bad it was, and the fact that, they let some CW superhero director make this movie and basically tank Apple films
Mm-hmm.
theatrically. I mean, F1, that's a different story. We'll see what they do now since F1 was such a huge hit, biggest sports movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where Fly Me to the Moon, starring Scarlett Johansson and
Channing Tatum.
bombed so significantly that Apple just said, "Oh, we're not doing this anymore." It was sort of a late night. What happened with Amazon
Mm-hmm.
before they had MGM, where late night did so poorly that they folded their Amazon pictures and they were like, "We're not putting anything in the theaters anymore."
Right.
But people have forgotten about both those movies.
Right.
And I do think, yes, crying is bad. I wouldn't say flying's always good, but crying is always bad.
Yeah, flying
Especially-
just has a positive connotation. To
Yes.
fly it's a power that when you're a kid, what superpower do you want? Flying is, up there. It's X-ray vision number one, of course.
Mhm.
And then it's always flying. People want to fly. They don't want to cry.
Yes.
You have to cry sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, crying macho, I do think, is a perfect term for a movie that bombs,
Mhm.
that is expected to do well,
Yeah,
obviously, right? And so, I am 100% for it.
So it's back.
It's back. It's back in a big way.
All right, so we could say direct into camera, we are YouTubers, hey guys, and Cry Macho is back.
Mm-hmm.
That is the term. So thank you, man. If you are Caleb and you're listening to this or you're watching this on YouTube and you just heard your email turn Clayton's opinion to bring Cry Macho back,
Yeah.
what a way to start the year if you're this guy.
It's a win for Caleb.
Huge win for Caleb. Just got a email from the great wannabe oh boy Max, who wrote Safdie Brothers versus Eggers A24 Showdown. Hey guys, Pat recently mentioned the Safdie Brothers having the biggest box office divide in a family unit in recent memory, but I must mention that in 2024, Robert Eggers and both of his brothers released two different horror films separately, and it was a way more brutal box office result. Let us never forget the Eggers family being torn apart in 2024 and resulting in forever awkward family gatherings. Thanks from wannabe oh boy Max. And then he puts in there, these are those two movies. Robert Eggers in 2024 directed Nosferatu, which made $95 million domestic, another $86 million international. Nosferatu made $181 million worldwide.
Crazy.
Wow. So that was Robert Eggers' movie. Then his two brothers made The Front Room, which did you ever see The Front Room? That was with Brandy. And it was a horror movie about a couple who takes in a mother-in-law and puts her in their house, and the mother-in-law, I guess, is like a nut.
I saw the poster for it.
Yes, we've all seen the poster for The Front Room. Most people did not see the movie because that movie by two other Eggers brothers, not Robert. He
Okay.
has two other brothers. They made The Front Room. That movie worldwide made $3 million. $3 million domestic and $73,000 outside of.
But
North
had they
America.
worked together before? Had they worked on his previous films with him?
I'm sure they PA'd,
Okay. Crafty.
ran crafty, drove him around on the little golf cart. They took turns. Which of my brothers are going to drive this golf cart so I could get from one side of the set to the other?
Yeah.
Maybe they stood in, had to put on the vampire teeth so he could set the lighting.
Yeah.
but then they made The Front Room, and their movie made $179 million less than Robert Eggers' movie.
Okay.
So when it comes to brothers in box office, the Safdies ain't got nothing on the Eggers brothers. That is an awkward holiday.
Yeah.
So I hope the Safdie brothers, they think of that when Benny Safdie is looking at Josh and he's like, "Son of a bitch, his movie's a big hit, and my movie's Rock's out there still begging for a nomination."
Oh. We had such a terrible childhood, this Rock.
Yeah, so I haven't read the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Variety article where he's still begging for an Oscar nomination, but that's the gist of it, is that his parents were famous wrestling people, and that was a problem.
What was his
for him.
mom?
His mom ran a wrestling organization in Hawaii,
Okay.
and his dad was a famous wrestler, and I guess because of that, he still should get a Best Actor nomination in 2026. I haven't read the Variety article, but that seems to be what it's about. But yeah, if you're Benny Safdie, Smashing Machine bombs, you're looking at Josh, Marty Supreme is a hit, you could think, all right, at least I'm not those two Eggers brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold comfort, but yeah, you could look at that.
You could look at that. If you're Benny Safdie, you gotta find something. So I think that is it for right now. We got an email from wannabe oh boy Chris, who did say he's talking about his experience at Song Sung Blue, and he took his family to see it, his wife and a daughter who he says is between 8 and 10 because of anonymity, and his wife who he ballparks between 47 and 49. And
I would say more 47. Just say that.
Well, that's what he says. He
Yeah.
says between 47 and 49. He ballparked it.
Okay, but we're going low on it.
We'll go low. I'll
For-
say
for-
46. I'm
yeah.
going to say his wife is 46.
So you think he doesn't know
Yeah, I don't think Chris knows.
exactly?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
He says, we loved it. My daughter and I especially. My wife liked it. But again, anonymity is important. She's from a country whose invasion started World War II. Okay. I better not
That doesn't
reveal
help.
more, but I wouldn't say this is a country especially well known for a lot of emotion. This is what he says. I've probably gone too far already. I hope his wife listens to the show.
Yeah.
That would be great. Geez, sorry I got sidetracked a little bit. Point is, we had a great time at Song Sung Blue. Keep up the good works. You may or may not see me frantically waving to you outside a random barn in the tri-state area soon. Cheers, Chris. So we
Wait,
are
was
not
that
in the
last part
barn.
a threat?
No, I think he was waving,
Okay.
frantically waving. The frantically is the iffy part, but
Yeah.
he's still waving. But we are not in the barn anymore. We're in POHQ. So
Yeah.
go to the barn, whatever.
Wave at any barn you'd like.
And that is from Chris. Yep, people are loving this movie. Families are loving Song Sung Blue. It just needs to keep those theaters so that these families, these wives who are between 46 and 49 could go see.
But look like they're in their early 40s.
Of course. Yes, she looks great. So that is it. I mean, we love getting these emails. So email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Send us your boots on the ground reporting, age demos about your family, your wives, and listen, maybe you could send such an impactful email like Caleb did, where you could get us to bring back a term like cry macho.
I would like emails that are sort of approximate ages of people's partners.
You want more of that?
Male or female, it doesn't matter. Like,
Okay.
my husband is from this age to this age. My wife is from this age to this age. My partner is from this age to this age.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Okay. I mean, the more info and data we get on our listeners, we could just straight up sell it. Sell it to marketing companies. And it's good for us to be able to get ads on the show. That's something we want to be doing more of this year, as we want to sell energy drinks, brain juices, all that kind of stuff.
We want this to be more ads than show.
Yes, that is always the ideal, is that most of the show is just us hawking supplements.
And you've had years of no ads.
Yes.
So when we start doing half-hour blocks of ads, you're going to shut up about it. Like,
Definitely
don't even think about complaining.
No.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. When it's all supplement ads, and we're talking just bottom of the barrel,
What
tastes bad,
does nothing.
does nothing.
Well, hopefully does nothing.
Best cases,
Best
it does
cases
nothing.
does nothing.
More likely, the stuff we're going to be hawking is going to fuck you up real bad. Real bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Change your brain chemistry. It's going to be bath salts level shit.
I'm just so giddy of the money we're gonna make off of you.
Because the worse the product is, the more they'll pay you to sell.
Because no one
it.
else will.
No one else will sell, but we will.
Brian Kalin turned them down.
Yes, we're getting the stuff that Brian Kalin said, I can't be a part
I
of this.
can't.
I can't be a
In
part
good
of this."
conscience.
Yeah,
Can't do this.
I can't. Even me, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Then we say, you know what? Send those supplements our way. We're going to hawk them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And the more demographic data we get about our listeners, the more we could get from these drug dealers who are sending us stuff from, they can't even tell us where they are at.
Yeah.
And they send us we say, just send the bottles. We'll take it from there.
Because if we know that the where our audience is age-wise, we can sell both male and female menopausal drugs that are supposed to reverse male and or female menopause.
Yeah. It's so many drugs that say they're going to reverse aging.
And they don't.
They don't.
But
they speed it up and they send you're aging sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be real bad. So that's to come in 2026. But we need more demographic data from our listeners. So email us that, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at theboboyspod, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter X. More followers there. Again, then we could put ads in all of our social media for these supplements, brain juices, and surgeries. We will be promoting surgeries on the show.
We'll be one of the only podcasts that, yes, has like a at-home surgery.
Yes.
Prescription
DIY.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surgery at home.
Yeah. It's a mystery box.
Mhm.
It's
of surgery. Yes.
Of surgery.
You might get liposuction. You might get a butt lift. You don't know.
Right. You get a box of tools and a loose leaf piece of paper, scribble, scrabble, handwritten. Do this, do that, do this. So,
and you get a new one every month. You get a new
yeah.
at-home surgery every month.
Yeah, it's just enough time, the monthly subscription model, just enough time to
recover from the previous surgery
before you have to start doing the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so follow us on social media.
And it's 12 months. You have to, you can't just do one surgery and that's it.
Yeah, because we require picture evidence sent back so that we could use on our social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of when you subscribe, you have to do it.
Yeah.
So look for that. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Of course, subscribe to the Substack. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are YouTubers. Hey guys. And I think that's about it. That is all I got.
Pat, you've said it all.
Yeah.
And you've denied even more 834.
That's not a rallying cry.
There's
of course.
Nothing left to be said.
Nothing. I could leave.
Except for, until next time, we'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey guys.